Okay, Applegate Home Buyers here, bringing you back to a property that we started here. It's on Palomino in Chandler. We did some footage in the beginning to show you what it was going to look like. Come see what we did. Riker, why don't you tell them a little bit about what we did?
So I've walked you guys through this before. This house used to have a wall right here. This was kind of a weird entryway, and it was actually the kitchen used to be right here. So the wall came to about here, and it was a small kitchen, didn't flow well at all. We went ahead and took the kitchen from there, flipped it to over on this side of the house actually. Now the house flows a lot better. It's more livable. You got a grand kitchen that we're able to make it a lot larger, you know, put a bunch of cabinets, big island. House just flows a lot better this way.
Another thing that we did is this used to be really dark. And it was really dark because all of this out here was painted dark to start with. And also this sliding glass door didn't exist. So where you had this tiny little kitchen, this was also really, really dark with a big Kiva fireplace over here. None of these can lights. There's 16 can lights in this room. So we really lit it up. We opened it up. And again, like Riker said, we made a big livable kitchen.
So this used to be the laundry room, this area. You'd walk in from the garage right here, and it was tight and cramped. You had washer and dryer. It was a little closet, washer and dryer were right here. And it was just really cramped, couldn't really fit in. We went ahead and actually captured, I showed you guys before, in the garage, we captured that space to make a laundry room off here and make this a little bit of a mud room. So you can see, you can come in, you have room, walk in, put your shoes here, and then it flows. And now you don't have to walk through your laundry room, but you have a detached laundry room right here that just flows a lot better. And we got actually a great laundry room size.
So one of the things that we're really thinking about when we do a home is how does it live? And how does that work for people? I think all of us have lived in a house where you walk through from the garage and there's your washer and dryer with all the mess that comes with it. Think about how often your friends are actually the ones who come in through your garage, that they don't come through the front door. That's where strangers come in. Your friends are with you, they came home with you, so you're walking through your mess. And here you have this messy garage. Nobody actually likes that. So when we took that and turned it into a mudroom space, also your kids, right? They come home from school, they punch in the garage door code to get in, they drop their backpacks. Instead of dropping them in the kitchen, making a mess on the kitchen table, they have a mudroom spot to drop it in. And then a laundry room that has a sink, every mother values that. A countertop to fold your clothes on, every mother values that. So creating a real laundry room that also has a door that you hide your mess behind, we're thinking of how's this house gonna live for people. It's not all about just being fancy. It's about how does it live? One of the things that happens when you buy a house is you're really getting all of it. You inherit all of it. You inherit the fact that this is a storage building that's sitting here. Well, what are you gonna do with it? You inherit the fact that this whole house has all pavers. It's not a yard that has grass. It's not a yard that you're thinking, where am I gonna put a pool? I got all these pavers and I have these planters that had no irrigation to them. So they're just full of like rocks. So what do? Well, we got to spend the money to get irrigation to the planters, put beautiful plants in. You got to find a way to optimize what you have. What are you working with? And so in this case, we made it beautiful with flowers, spent a bunch of money getting irrigation to it. And then we take and say, here we have this massive deck. Let's optimize this deck. Let's make this deck be something somebody would actually want to use instead of like, it's just weird. So now we make it to where it's got nice stairs going up to it. It's got a nice deck on top. You could sit up there and watch the storms. Sit up there, have a glass of wine. Put a seating area and a fire pit up there if you wanted to. Also, like, how do we make all of this be something where people are going to actually use it and say, wow, our backyard, this backyard now is not weird, it's unique. And it's unique because it could host all these people, be a huge party. So part of flipping is really like, how do we optimize what we got? When we first bought this house, the outside it's called T111. It's kind of siding. You see a lot of it in Arizona, especially the older like 70s houses. And it was just dilapidated. It was coming apart and splintering. No matter how much we painted it, it wasn't gonna look good. So we stuccoed the house up and made the house actually look like it's buttoned up, it's nice, it's tight, it's done right. We took out, like there was a weird doorway that came out of the master, get rid of it. We had weird lights and wires and stuff, get rid of it. So you clean it up and make it look like something somebody could see themselves living in. At the end of the day, when you flip a house, you gotta look at what's somebody gonna want to live in. So like Riker told you, in order to get rid of this kitchen, there was this wall here, right? So like refrigerator, little pantry, and you've got this wall. First thing you gotta look for is it structural? Is it safe for us to take it down? Second of all, once we do take it down, we gotta insulate up there. Third of all, what about all the plumbing? I mean, I told you that was a fireplace, right? So if you come over here and you say, well, here was this sink and this is this little kitchen and nobody likes tiny cramped-in kitchens, how are we gonna make it bigger? Well, to do that, you got to get involved in like the structure of the property. You got to also get involved in the plumbing of the property. So Coming down here, we're gonna get water, but we gotta get a drain. He talked to you about making the laundry room over here. Again, you gotta get a drain. So you're saw cutting the concrete, you're putting a new sewer in, you're bringing water in, you're running new lines over, down, through. But bringing this all together, there's an art to how do you take and say, a little kitchen over there should be a big grand kitchen over here. It just takes a little bit of skill and a little bit of knowledge.
Well, we're here on Palomino. We're in the after phase here. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about our typical client and how we ended up being here to do the remodel. And this was a nice house, retired guy living here. He owned it free and clear, but obviously we did a lot of work here.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in the position to do a $90,000 or $100,000 remodel. He just wanted to get his equity out and move on. How did we get to where we got the house from Chris?
Yeah, so we came in, we met with Chris, and he had, honestly, the house, it was just dated. It wasn't a bad home, but he, again, didn't have the $90,000 or be able to move out to be able to turn it into what you're seeing now. He had a couple of roommates living here who there was kind of disgruntled roommate situation kind of going on. And so first off, he was able to get rid of roommates. He was able to take his cash out to go. He wanted some money for an investment he was going to go take part in. So we were able to structure a deal with him and able to buy the house. And now you can see after about $90,000 or $100,000 here, what we were able to do with the property.
And our clients, I mean, you don't need to do this to sell it,
No.
but you do need to do some things. It has to be painted. It has to have new flooring. It has to look good and be clean.
Yeah.
And some people, even spending $10,000 or $15,000 to
Really
repaint the house, clean the yard, do the things that need to be done to have it market available, or where it could potentially sell on the MLS. They don't have the funds to do that, or the willingness or know-how.
Yeah.
They just want to get their equity out, sell it to us as is, get their money. In this case, it was a week later, he had his money and he was gone. So we're a convenient option for people.
Be sure to follow us on social media. We're Applegate Home Buyers.